Tashkeel is an artist resource space that caters to the art and design community living in Dubai and the Emirates. We're made up of a gallery space where we have exhibitions throughout the year, studio spaces for artists to come use the equipment to create their art and design, and workshops throughout the year for people to learn new mediums and techniques and practices. What makes us different from other galleries in the city is I think we're the only space equipped with studio facilities like a darkroom and a printmaking studio and a textile studio. So there is the commercial aspect where we have a gallery, but there's also the functional, community-based aspect. AiR Dubai 2013 is yet another project that we work on that caters to the UAE art scene here. So we work alongside the Delfina Foundation, AiR Dubai and Dubai Culture and Arts Authority, bringing international artists and introducing them to the UAE art scene here and the UAE community. The residency program is special this year because of the international partner that we have, the Delfina Foundation, who are based in London, in the UK. And we also have international artists coming from different unique countries that we've never worked with before.
My name is Aaron Cesar. We are currently in the home of Delfina Foundation, which facilitates artistic exchange between artists, curators, and writers from the Middle East and North Africa. I first met Delfina for a cup of tea. An artist who she had in residence 20 years ago asked me to meet with her because she was setting up this new foundation.
I mean, the thing with me, I don't care very much about the art in itself. What I care is about the artist. It's like an extension of my family.
Our primarily a residency program, which invites artists from across the region to London. And also as another aspect of our program, we also send international artists to the Middle East and North Africa.
Dubai Culture and Arts Authority mainly help and support the Emirati artists who are part of the residency program.
هيئة دبي للثقافة والفنون جهة معنية بالثقافة والفنون في الإمارة، وجهة تعني للدعم وتثقيف وتطوير المهارات الفنية والثقافية. وتأكيد هذا مشروع AiR أن تكون من طرف هيئة دبي للثقافة والفنون دعم لفنانين والحركة الفنية الموجودة في إمارة دبي، وتكوين العلاقة الثقافية والفنية بين الفنانين الموجودين في الإمارات نقدر نقول، وبين الفنانين الموجودين حول العالم.
Tashkeel is the local network. They began, about 5 years ago, right around the time that Delfina Foundation actually began.
Tashkeel, we're more the hands-on practical people, so we help them with practical support materials, recommending places to buy materials. They can even come to our space and use our facilities to create their work. So yeah, we all have our special roles to play. AiR Dubai is it's a commercial-based art fair that's happened for the last few years in Dubai. It's a well-recognized international art fair, so it's a lot of international galleries and local galleries are just there to promote their spaces, sell their works, promote their artists.
And by giving artists a 3-month period to engage with Dubai, engage with the city, get used to the fair venue and really kind of have time to come up with their ideas, this has been exceptionally beneficial to the project's program. As the residency goes on and as the UAE kind of develops and as Dubai develops as a cultural centre, that there are more and more artists coming up from the local community, from local and Emirati national community. And this year particularly we had a ton of fantastic applications, so it was quite a tricky decision to choose the 3.
There was a panel basically who looked at all the application forms. It involved Dubai Culture and Arts Authority, Tashkeel, AiR Dubai.
As a group, we select all of the participating artists for AiR Dubai, which include 3 international artists, 3 Emirati artists, alongside an international curator.
Dina Danish is an Egyptian mixed media artist. Her practice is very diverse. She's based in the Netherlands, so she's an interesting character. She has that regional, influence as well as the Western influence in her practice.
My work is not medium-based. It's a matter of skills. احنا في امستردام هنا في بيتي وبشتغل هنا كمان في نفس الوقت. I was trained as a painter, but I've been doing different works such as video, performance, drawings, sculptures, writing. Right now we're at the Rijksacademie. It's a residency program, a 2-year residency program. This here was my studio, my very first studio for the first year. My work changed quite a bit since I've come here to Amsterdam. It's a given that you're influenced by your surroundings, but mostly also by your peers as well.
It's very great for Dubai to have Dina as a resident for this residency period. She uses her intelligence and her own experience for doing something very interesting, and I'm very happy that she's going to work in the Middle East again after being away for quite some time.
Beirut is a very noisy city. The fact, like living in Beirut, there's a million noises. Painters are drawn to colors. I'm drawn to sounds, working with sounds and the colors of sounds. The kind of psychology we have around sound and how it affects us. Something that I was just naturally attracted to. I used to live by the Corniche, so I spent a lot of time there.
Hello, beautiful listeners of the Infosphere. This is Joe Nami, aka Electric Kahraba.
That all begins with a sample. I hear a clip, it's usually like a short clip or something like that, and for whatever reason, it inspires me to want to do something with it. Just whatever, trying to hawk any kind of goods on the street. I mean, it could be anything. I enjoy it a lot. A lot of my inspiration comes from just hearing a sound and being intrigued by that sound. But it's always around, well, why does that sound specific? How does that affect us in a way? There's kind of like this subculture of people who go there, just like park their cars and just hang out on the Corniche as their car stereo is like playing music that they like. It comes from like Dabke, it comes from, you know, this very traditional musical style here, but it's creative and really powerful music. So what I did was create a mix, kind of like a mixture of field recordings and then like my own compositions, using sampled sounds from those. Transforming that sound into something else, basically. So taking that chunk of the past and then seeing what I can do with it to make it relate to where I'm at right now. I've heard Dubai is a very quiet city, a silent city.
It's an avant-garde city, yeah.
So I'm just interested in kind of experiencing that and seeing where that takes me.
في فرق كبير ما بين اللي أنا متخيلاه والحقيقة بتاعت دبي يعني. غالباً it will be completely different عن اللي أنا متخيلاه في مخي يعني.
The AiR Dubai residency takes place over 3 months from January to March. All artists will show their work in Al Fahidi Historic Neighborhood in House 11, which is where the actual residencies take place for the artists.
منطقة حي الفهيدي تعتبر منطقة تاريخية، النمط المعماري، النمط البنيان اللي فيه مختلف، وحتى النمط التاريخي الموجود فيه، فبتكون مجال ممتاز للزائر إنه يشوف جانب مختلف من الإمارة.
There's a certain pace in Al Fahidi neighborhood that kind of encourages thinking and thinking about the future because Dubai started from this particular site.
try to understand what is the culture here. It's an acrobat. This acrobat is very circus. We can make everything in here. And the inspiration that I see in here, what happened before, what's going on in here before, there's a lot of imagination.
Yudi Noor was first exposed to audiences in the UAE at the last Art Dubai when some of his work was shown with his gallery, Nettie Horn. And it was an amazing kind of critical response to these very insightful pieces from urban landscapes.
Ibtisam Abdulaziz is a well-known Emirati artist from Sharjah. Her studio is there. She's also part of the Emirates Fine Arts Society. She's taken part in the Venice Biennale for the Emirates Pavilion, which is a big achievement, I think, for her.
أصنف نفسي إني فنانة تشتغل في الكونسبتوال آرت. المكان اسمه بيت الشامسي أو رواق الشارقة للفنون، فيها إيحاءات، فيها وحي فني في المنطقة، أني أنا كفنانة عايشة في هالمنطقة. من هالمكان أنا استوحيت وحصلت فرصة أني أنا أنتج وأفكر بطريقة جداً إيجابية خدمة أعمالي. أكثر شيء شارجة أن الثقافة اللي موجودة فيها يمكن تخليني دائماً أني أنا في تسارع، في استمرارية، في حركة ديناميكية تأثر فيني أنا كفنانة في إنتاجي نفسه. فكرة يمكن جديدة بالنسبة لي إني أنا أشتغل مع كريتر ومع فنانين من الدولة، فنانين من خارج الدولة. شيء مهم بالنسبة للفنان، وخصوصاً أنا يمكن من الشخصيات اللي ما سبق لي إني عملت ريزيدنسي برا وما سافرت كثير. فشيء زين إن العالم يجي لين عندي أنا. أحب إني بين فترة وفترة أطلع من الاستوديو لما أحس نفسي يمكن مضغوطة أو مزاجي يحتاج إني أنا أطلع إلى فسحة أو مكان كبير، أصعد فوق في الروف، يكون البحر قدامي، المينا.
Ammar Al-Attar is a photographer that we've kept our eyes on for a very long time. He's also offered workshops at Tashkeel. He's just been developing his practice with analog photography, just documenting the Emirati culture here, things that we could look back at, for future generations to come.
بديت تصوير سنة تقريبا 2006. بديت في كل المجالات التصوير. بعدين تخصصت في الدوكيومنتري فوتوغرافي. من ابرز طبعا المحطات طبعا في 2012 عرضوا لي كوادرو ارت جاليري في سيريز البراير روم، واحده من ابرز المحطات. يعني كنت بوصل للجمهور انه يعني مهما كان المكان، مهما كان زخرفه المكان او بساطته، الهدف واحد، الهدف هو الصلاه. يعني انا دائما احب يعني يكون في تصويري في مثلا رساله معينه ولا هذا، ففي مثل شغف في التصوير لي يعني. هالشيء خلاني ان انا بدون اي دراسه ولا بس مع علمت نفسي بنفسي يعني وطورت نفسي انا اشوف يعني في التصوير هذا.
Ammar and Reem, I think, have something real to talk about. They share something that's real and true and genuine. The real people over here, the real situations that happen, even if it's the simplest things, they communicate that, and I think that's really something important to share to people that don't necessarily get exposed to it.
There are few places in the city where I can go and people would tell me I've been here for over 20, 30 years. Some also have been here before the Union, before 1971. AiR is one example of one of the greatest places people should visit and just interact. I do feel obligated to tell their stories because they're part of the city, part of its makeup. I'm standing now and I'm smelling different kinds of spices coming from all directions. I love the voices. You hear the different tongues. You hear Iranian, Indian, Pakistani, Arabic, English. I took a main portrait of the people working here and their personal object.
it's like at the same time it's touristic, and at the same time you can feel the history.
The selected international curator is Bernice Salio, who's French, based in Marseille.
I'm here to work closely with the artists, so I'm accompanying them through their projects.
Essentially for AiR Dubai, she's in a way the critical friend for the residents, both the international artists and the Emirati artists.
This is hibiscus flavor used for high blood pressure. Yeah, this is come from Iran, the best quality. Incense, pistachio.
Whoa! This year, rather than having one artist, one studio setup, we've really decided to engage with the context and have a much more organic presentation. All the artists are going to show their work a way that allows like a circuit along and within the house, but also very interesting interactions among the works. Some artists have even collaborated together on different works.
Dina's practice is very different than before, and we haven't worked with anyone like that in prior residency programs. So yeah, she's an interesting character to have on board this year.
At SICA, I'm presenting a video here in this room of an aquarium. It's called Live from the Aquarium. A sports commentator is commenting on the movement of people and their interaction with the Dubai Mall Aquarium, the huge one. Basically, I started out inspired by the architecture of Art Dubai, just because it looked kind of similar to a stadium. And then, this is how I got the idea of working with a sports commentator in general. The trick in this one is to, like, the way, the voice, the sound of describing it would be as
excited,
as enthusiastic as a football match. What I was thinking is that maybe we can go outside in a crowded area or something, and we can just practice there, so that like bit by bit it gets a bit clearer what I'm talking about.
عندنا 3 دراجين ناطرين وعم يتفرجوا علينا، ناطرين الاشاره الخضراء تفتح، الدراج الرابع بده يشارك بالفكره، بعده ناطر عم يتطلع يمين ويسار، بلش سباق الدراجات والشكل وصاحب البدله مثل ما توقعنا خسر كالعاده.
Exactly what he's seeing is supposed to be described as properly as possible. Then also to work on his voice, so that his voice is so that he can relate two things that are not connected to each other.
الإشارة رح تفتح وبعدهم ماشيين خطوة ورا الثانية، اثنيناتهم ماشيين ورا بعض بس خطواتهم مثل بعضها بالضبط. Back again to the pedestrian line. Do you think she can make it faster than the first time? She's pointing one direction, the other one is pointing the other direction. He seems to be wondering where's home.
Yes, we'll see how it goes. I hope it works out well.
Ebtisam has been researching about the place and the history of the house and how it used to be.
While I'm walking in the Stakia area, the wall of the old Dubai attracted me. And what attracted me in this signboard is the circle that's showing the location of the wall of the old Dubai, the power that this wall played in the history by protecting the Dubai from any outside danger, and now itself it become just a wall, a useless wall. So I thought of making another wall inside this room, which is facing the actual wall.
Okay. It's funny. It's like a fake old wall. So, good. Carry on.
You want ketchup?
I found out that this old wall used to pass by House 11, so I decided to choose that studio, which is kind of facing the wall, and able to build the new wall. I think during the Sikka thing, I'll keep the windows open, so the old wall will be kind of exhibited in the same room, so they can see how it was there and inside the house. When I started the residency, program, I noticed that this area, the name of this area was changed from Al-Bastakiya to Al-Fahidi. I'm not familiar with the new name. I decided to do a performance where I can listen to very simple question, which is what's the name of this area, and the answer will be Al-Fahidi, which is the new name.
So you would listen to someone saying Al-Fahidi?
Yes, Al-Fahidi.
And you would try to write Al-Bastakiya.
I'm about to cry. Al-Bastakiya. Al-Bastakiya. Al-Fahidi. Al-Fahidi. I'm learning something new, but at the same time, I'm fighting myself not to get affected by these voices, so I'll write Al-Bastakiya instead. I like Al-Bastakiya.
المشروع اللي بشتغله في برنامج فنان المقيم في دبي عن الماء السبيل، موافير الماء هاي الكولرز اللي موجودة برا على البيوت وبرا على المساجد. وفي مثلا حصلت في الصناعية، حصلت في أماكن مثلا غير البيوت، في أماكن صناعية مثلا يقول أنا حطيتها لأن أشوف إن وايد عمال في الصيف كيف يحسون بالحرارة وهذا، فيون يشربون الماء ياخذون. في ناس يون مثلا شوي ويشربون، في ناس لا ياخذون دبات ماء ويشربون ودون وياهم. فهالتواصل بين يعني الشخص نفسه اللي حاط البراد والشخص اللي جاي اللي يشرب الماء شد انتباهي من الموضوع. أنا أحاول أغطي جانبين، جانب اللي هو الناس اللي يجون ياخذون الماء، وبين من هالجانب يعني كيف إن يعني في ناس وايد محتاجين، وفي عندنا وايد شريحة كبيرة من العمال وهذا اللي تحتاج الماء هذا. في نفس الوقت بعض البيوت يحاولون يسوون يعني يزينون البراد بطريقة إن تناسب مع شكل البيت نفسه. في ناس لا يحطون لك بس اللي هو البايب اللي طالع من البراد نفسه. كمسلمين احنا عندنا الصدقة مهمة في حياتنا. ليش؟ لأن من الصدقة نحصل الحسنات، والحسنات يعني عندنا تكفر السيئات. في نفس الوقت أكلم الناس اللي حاطين الماء السبيل هذا، أقول مثلا ليش حاطنا مثلا؟ هل صدقة لحد معين، لشخص معين مثلا؟ في بعض الأماكن في الشارجة مثلا هذا في عندهم جهة وقفية أن هي تقدر تتبرع لهم يحطون البراد. فالبرادات المحطوطة هناك مزخرفة بطريقة إسلامية طبعا، يعني مثل اللي هو المتجه للشارجة دائما.
Bringing Joe to Dubai, it will be interesting to see how he develops his sound projects based on the sounds and the elements he finds in Dubai and in the region.
For Sika, I'm doing 3 different projects, basically three elements that all kind of tie together very loosely. One, the sound piece with Ammar, the sound piece to Ammar's videos, which is the subconscious kind of sounds, a collage of these sounds with my own kind of interpretations mixed together.
يعني directly غير يفوت شو اسمه؟ المكان كان في السوق وفي اصوات، وجو بعد طبعا يشتغل في اصوات.
ما وايد.
شفت المكان وايد زحمه، فجت فكره ببالي اني اصور فيديو المكان هذا، طلع عن طريق التايم لابس. ان كل براد فيه له صوت مميز يعني، لان البراد هذا عشان يتم بارد الماء فيه في مثل الكولر، الجهاز هذا اللي يبرد الماء، في صوت
the same room is the time-lapse videos, and then the soundtrack will fill the space of the room. Basically just like a 2-channel, 2-speaker sound piece that's going to be projecting the sound into the room, accompanying his videos.
My project for Sikka Art Fair is I am documenting stories of the people around Al Khor area. I'm covering Deira and Bar Dubai. It starts just simple. The research process is just me walking around, talking to the people here, and they are very friendly. They open up very quickly, willing to tell me about their personal lives, inviting me just to sit down with them in their stores for karak. السلام عليكم، شو أخبارك؟ أنت وايد تشبه تقي، أنت تقي ولا أخوه أحمد؟ شو أخبارك؟ The conversation tends to start from, I guess the basic question is how long have you been here for?
من زمان تقريبا من السبعينات على سنة. لا من جماعة سنة.
هدية.
هدية.
There is no specific thing I look for. It could be just a random object that's hanging around their store. What usually grabs my attention is just their kindness and willingness to just speak about it, welcoming me in. بالطبع أشوفها؟
شوفي.
ها؟
شوفي أنت.
إيه أبى أشوف بالطبع.
من أول.
إيه. He didn't say much. He was very quiet. So I kept asking him questions. I saw a drawer next to him. Can you open that? Can I see if you have anything? بس مكتوب شو 1973, 1972. It is like, for me, I hope I can map the area and then invite people to go visit them in their store. And of course, during the exhibition time, I'd invite the store owners. I will only exhibit the items in the gallery space. Next to the items, there will be a publication with the people's photos and full stories in there.
Because the residency house is located in the Al Fahidi neighborhood, the exhibition will take place over there during the course of the Sikka exhibition, Sikka Art Fair. That's the platform that's given to the residency artists.
تحضيرات اليوم مع التقني طبعا ناوي الأماكن اللي بنعرض فيها شو متطلباتنا في كل مكان، عدد البروجيكتورات مثلا الالكتريسيتي إذا نحتاج، كيف الإضاءة طبعا على الارت وورك.
Looking at fish is it's entertaining, but it's a quite banal act. Doesn't really have a specific meaning or the movement of people looking at a certain thing. It doesn't have a specific structure, and I thought it took it to a different level of absurdity. I think that is also quite interesting.
Floating off to the right-hand side in tandem. Two in the top left of the aquarium also going together. All the little fishes are bunched together, perhaps for protection. There's 2 scuba divers also in there as well, feeding the tank.
We shall. I'm amazed by the amount of trust these people gave me. For example, this guy, I visited him a number of times, and the next time I was there, he brought in his photo album that dates back to 1983. I don't feel that there are enough people interacting with them, conversing with them, asking them, who are you, where did you come from, why are you here? I'd like to know more about you.
Joe, again, kind of reflects a different practice compared to Yuri and also to Dina as well. His practice is very experimental, very much inspired by what's around him in the everyday, but also by popular culture and popular music.
It's a dance floor, and the dance floor will respond to the music. Most of the mixes here, what I really like about them is that they're very reflective of the society. And so you have like Emirati music, you have Arabic pop, you have American pop, and you have Indian pop, and some Iranian pop too. So the image, I wanted to add another layer to the piece. The one that's on there right now is mainly just a study. This clip is taken from a movie, Paris is Burning. Like I envision like one person coming into the exhibition and just kind of like exploring the dance floor themselves. Like I want them to like go wild by themselves or something. You know?
So now we are going to open the mysterious room number 6, which is Yudi Noor's studio. Please follow me. Yudi is the artist who is talking the more about himself, I think, in the residency. But actually everything makes sense to him, everything is really meaningful, and nothing has been left to chance or nothing is random. All Yudi's work is really about collecting things he's finding around, you know, but things he's encountering by chance, such as documents, objects, bits and bobs, you know, and he really assembled them and, you know, make them together to create objects. Yudi is a sculptor. He's the only sculptor in the show. So I'm sitting on Yudi's bench. He's been designing 2 benches like that, and for this he's been collaborating with local carpenters that he's found, and he's been really like interacting quite closely with them. Why he's not around? I think Yudi does not really like cameras. He's been like I call it electric impredict-able Yudi, you know, because he's like, he's slippery, you know, he's never where you expect him to be, he's never going to say what you expect him to say.
Things do get lost in translation, but I think they did get that this is just all about you. And even when they walked in seeing different, like there's a Hindu god next to his photo, and then next to a dua, and we were just saying like this is what the area is all about.
كانت موجودة في الأيام السابقة وطبعا ما قصروا الجماعة اللي موجودين في إدارة.
Let's go apologize now.
Starting by.
So cool. Do you play on this for like hours?
So this wall was from the last year residents. So MDF wall, they were already here. But then they have already hole in everywhere. So this is my imagination. What is this? how random the hole in everywhere? How is it? So what is the meaning?
It was a sign.
Right. So it's the line. It's journey for me.
The Ammar Lattar's photography, it's really great to see how his work has developed over the past few years because I know him and I've been following his work. So it's really great to see him part of this residency this year and how his work has evolved. I love the video projection of the time-lapse videos of the water cooler.
عليكم 3 ساعات. تعرف الكاميرات الجو برو.
ما شفت حد فارق.
This year, like, you know, it's amazing how the artists start to search about the house itself. Yeah, and they do artwork about it.
Yeah, I love the wall in Sam Studio.
Yeah, I love it too.
It's so amazing to see what they've done this year. It's really different from what we did actually. I think they've all really worked together more and like really gone into the history of the area. It's kind of interesting too how some of the works have resonances with things that we were doing last year as well.
The whole engaging with artists and artwork is a rare thing because you're in a gallery, there's a gallery space and certain people go there. But I think with this residency, it's gone definitely beyond the artist space only, and the way I think Reams interacted and spent time with people and invited them to come here, and that's wonderful.
Well, Nasser Nasrallah was also an artist in residence in 2012. He's also now become part of the Sharjah Biennale this year. He's commissioned to do a project for them. And he's showing here at Art Dubai with Tashkeel, obviously our partners in the residency program as well. And he's kind of created these vending machines of stories, which is very much kind of Nasser's work. He's always worked in illustration as well as many different kind of mixed media. And I think he's one of those artists that was making great work, but before the residency, he was perhaps sort of doing his own thing and felt slightly isolated. And through the residency, he was able to interact with other artists and the curator that we had during that year and sort of develop great ideas and really kind of develop his practice in a really new dimension. And since then, we've just seen him take off.
I got number 43, and this one says, I'm a bird and I know it.
من وقت الريزيدنسي في سكة العام الماضي، في هذاك الوقت اكتشفت ان مجال الستوري تيلينج انا اقدر اعطي فيه كثير.
Everybody's been particularly entranced by Dina Danish's film, in which she has sports commentary running over footage of the fair, and I mean this is a very typically kind of sharp and witty project from her, and she's also taken a section of seating from the Medinat Jumeirah Arena Hall and kind of repositioned it on the beach next to the sea, and people can sort of look out on the sea as a kind of three-dimensional projection from their own. Yudi Noor has really kind of taken his experience of being in the Al Fahidi neighbourhood and all the advertising billboards that exist around that neighbourhood and all the fabric shops and the kind of markets and souks, and transported that to Art Dubai, and also taken on this idea of the kind of VIP rope, which is at every event and every kind of art fair worldwide, and created his own little sort of dimension to the fair in that way. And also taken over one of the Abra that is in the kind of lake next to Medinat Jumeirah, and created these kind of figures that are traders from the souks in Dubai here at Medinat Jumeirah as well. So sort of linking those two neighbourhoods in a very kind of engaging way.
I want to combine that with kind of street dance, which has a very similar format as well, like battle dance basically, like hip-hop dance. Kind of a mix between the two in a sense, using the music from the Shabi, the Shabi music, and then this new kind of dance as well. One line, that's it. One line. So over here. It was amazing. It worked really well. Like,
yeah.
People clapping, people moving, people, seeing like action. and it really activated the space, which is, I don't know, that was the plan from the beginning.
It's been great. I mean, I really loved my stay here in Dubai.
It's been a learning experience. I'm really happy to get a chance to know a lot of the artists in the program.
I think I worked really well with the Emirati artists in specific as well. I'm gonna miss it, but I hope I come back soon.
Better than I could have imagined. It's just like magic.
The future of AiR Dubai, I think, will just get bigger and better. If we're able to take in more artists, we will. Again, just learning from past experiences and developing on that is something important as well. So I think the AiR Dubai will continue and it'll be stronger, and hopefully it'll be something that can expand and grow.